Kathy victibly awake. It would appear that I'm in another growth spurt, although it feels more like, I don't know, wrapping up in a completion, which is nice. Very glad for it. I asked last night, I didn't ask, I declared, hey, there's this issue that I'm done with. I had a talk with the individual involved, and I let them know energetically how things were going to go now. And then I said, I'm not going to get resolution. I'm not going to get completion here in the physical. So I need a dream. I deserve one. Done a hell of a lot of work, and I deserve this. So thank you in advance. Did I get a dream? Oh, hell no. I don't dream very often. When I do, well, I sit up and take notice. No dream. But I got something else this morning. And with that, lots of information. And I am so heated up. And they did their whole spiel in my room. La 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 la. It was a very interesting talk. And really helpful. So, here we go. Well, yes, we are calling this Assume You Are Loved. Can you do that? Can you assume you are loved? An essay was written quite some time ago called Please Assume I Love You. You know, this one can look at behavior, which at times is hard to understand by many. And she's aware others may understand she's not loving at all. And yet the essay dripped with love that was so abundant, pure. It dripped from the page, and it was heartfelt. A cry from someone who felt disconnected and oftentimes felt unloved and unloving. The plea, please assume I love you. And so this is what we talked about this morning. Think about it. Be honest, please. In your daily encounters with clients, with those in serving positions to you, in those who are in the position to be served by you, do you assume you are loved? Why don't we talk about what this love means? Oh, that is the minky having her morning romp. What does being loved mean? What does being loved make possible within the human psyche? We suggest knowing you are loved creates a field of inner permission inner acceptance and inner freedom. We would like to discuss the magenta pixie. She has a very good point. And she has focused a lot on this twin flame stuff. We have not. The point being, your twin flame, well, dear ones, each one has a twin flame. Everyone on earth has one. Do you know where yours is? Look around you and then look within. It is your higher self. It is your soul. It is what is called the vertical column, heart to cosmos. It is the pillar that the Jesus talked about in the vision this one had, that she has spoken about, where energy is not run through someone, it runs straight up and down, vertically. And from there, from the heart chakra, from the other chakras, comes the energy in flow that is horizontal, but the core is vertical. Yes. However, this is only one path. Others choose to do this with human beings. They see within another human being a pattern that, it's familiar. And the coming together of these two patterns creates love itself. It is highly creative, a bit volatile at times, and a bonus for change, for the better. And it is through this sort of relationship that a horizontal flow is created. We would say this is a way to receive in the greatest grandeur of sensation and realization that which is available within at all times. Have you been loved? So loved that you know you're free, truly free. Have you felt the fetters break apart and dissolve while looking into another's eyes, or feeling the beating heart, or touching the soul? Have you? Some have not. We cannot really ask you to go to a maternal, paternal, or either maternal or grandparental, paternal relationship to see this mirrored, because some do not have this sort of love in the home. Some do not have it in their reality. Some have never experienced it, ever. We ask you, once you know that within you are free and safe, in that freedom, accepted without definition, seen. Recognized and honored. Well then, we tell you this can be an internal process. This one, yes, she had the internal, and then she had the external, and then one by one by one by one, they all went away. What happens when the external representations of love die or evaporate? The only thing that can happen, one goes within and discovers their own love. Could this be then someone who is complete? Not someone in need of a better half, but someone who is whole already. You are whole already, you know. So, if it has not been established, this relationship with the higher self or with the soul, and there is not a clear conduit quite yet, but don't worry. That's the work at hand. Enjoy it. Don't beat yourself up. If you have not experienced on the outside, well, that is also the work at hand. Enjoy your solitary walk. And fear not. If it's on your heart, in your mind, and in your soul, that you would like to walk in tandem, do you think this is some stray thought? That it doesn't belong to you? Of course it belongs to you. Company and love within the physical is important. But what is this love? Well, there are many ways of expressing what it is we are referencing. We've used some of the words already. Honor, respect, tolerance, acceptance, devotion. Devotion. And these are good things, not bad things. They are not signs of weakness, they are signs of strength. But we would suggest a dependence upon another to give you this is, puts a lot of responsibility on another person's shoulders, don't you think? We think so. The whole idea here is, well, think back on the last time you were in love. Isn't it funny when you're in love how friendly everyone is to you? Isn't it funny that when you're in love, others begin knocking on your door, saying, hey, I want some of that. Yes, it's attractive. It's attractive. The when it rains, it pours syndrome. May we suggest that when the home fires are burning bright within your own heart and soul, you are that attractive to others, regardless of whether you have a partner or not, regardless of whether it's raining or pouring, men or women, or both. This is what is attractive. Self-acceptance, self-love, self-respect, and the ability to give these attributes to another freely. So, we are talking about the persons. The one before you was one of them who could not assume she was loved. No, she assumed quite the opposite. This is a burden. It's a stressor. It creates illness. It creates pain. It creates depression. Why? Because it's not true. It's a lie. Lies tend to sap energy. Notice that? Whereas the truth, when acknowledged, simply acknowledged, well, yes, that's expensive, expensive, expensive. We'll be posting the beautiful journal the Crayon did about, well, basically morphogenic fields, agreement fields, consciousness setups, that of fear and that of love. He discusses the geometrics and the resultant emotional patternings, and does so exquisitely. A simple recognition of the ratio of how much time you spend internally fending off unloving individuals who truly are not that. Fending off the pain from your own assumptions that you are not loved. But imagine, oh, well, the ego would get so big if I walked around believing that everyone loves me. Oh, really? Really? What kind of love have you been fed? What kind of relatives have you known which have been categorized as loving? That you have assumed are the epitome of love? Certainly, there is paradox with love. Because love is a creative energy, and paradox, have we not said? It's an engine of creativity. It's an engine of creation And so, love being a catalytic energy, it changes what it touches. Paradox often rides with it until there is a certain pitch that is reached. So, today, as you lock your home and drive or walk to your endeavors, can you assume that the people you encounter and the people you leave behind in your dwelling, that they love you? We would say all humans love all other humans. And what it boils down to is preference. Preference of expression. Preference of method of endeavor. Preference of feeling state. Would you prefer to be with those who are generally difficult to be around, who come at you screaming and yelling at times, who are petty and false? Can you find it in your heart to love them? Do you hold them close to your bosom? Well, enjoy that. It's a lot of paradox. If you say you have love with and for another, and yet in their company you must wear armor, well, that's one kind of love. There are others, you know. There are others. And we would say, love itself requests gently, insistently, confidently. The armor is not necessary. Among those who know they are loved, within them there is no need to fight. None. None. What is there to fight about? That is not love. That which is loving is creative energy, creator energy. That which is unloving, in your opinion, and oftentimes the opinion of those around you watching it, well, golly, having an opposite to fight with and negotiate and give you contrast. Lovely. Lovely. But let's not fool ourselves. If you have been held in purity, in innocence, in devotion, in defenselessness, and you have been seen as perfection itself, whether that has happened between you and your soul or you and another, you are changed. And we say, once you know that feeling, You may begin to embody it more and more. You may encounter more and more resistance to it, too. But it is a gold standard the soul recognizes. We would suggest there is no fussing, criticizing, game playing, buy guides. You are aware of that, right? Whatever hide and seek games are played are done because what is going to speak to the human who needs the message. God, this love. Just pure. It is obvious. And it cannot. Why would you want to argue with it? That kind of love is from Creator. The other kind of loves that are around, human. And we would suggest mirroring this love that one feels vertically in relationships around them is sort of the idea behind the journey. One can only manage oneself. One can only be responsible for oneself, holding oneself, choosing thoughts, relying on beliefs, and encountering feelings which are in line with those person's lessons. The kind of love we are talking about, you may assume it is felt for you by many who you do not know, many who do not insert themselves into your reality. But you watch from afar, or who encountered you once, and think of you fondly. Do you assume that the people around you don't think about you and don't care about you, don't give you much thought? You would be wrong. Isn't it lovely to know you are held in other people's hearts and minds, that you are dreamed about by others? It's true. No matter how they behave. And that is that brotherly, sisterly, family love. And to close, we say, sexuality, well, that's a form of communication. It's intense, and it is healing, and it is up to the individual if this form of communication is used, and how. It is an amplification of what's already there. So, behaving sexually with someone who you do not know consciously, who you hook up with, well, you are communicating sexually with them. Soul to soul, certainly. Skin to skin. But are you connected? Many prefer this because they don't want the connection. They just want to yama. Fine, yama. It's fun. But imagine one who is vertically connected, who loves self and understands self as complete and whole already, encountering another with this patterning, and in their union there is a blossoming of creation. This is the template for marriage, something which has of course turned into something other. Okay, enjoy that while the clock ticks down. It is a lovely attempt, but in this energy, the old energy, it truly was simply a contract to resist change. So, this is what we have to say this day. Assume you are loved. And if you encounter only scowls and nastiness or grand disinterest and avoidance and milk toastery, perhaps it's a phase. Perhaps the volume is down in your reality to encourage you to find the true source of joy. Once found, it can be shared and it can be communicated verbally, physically, sexually. That is the essence of sacred sexuality. Conscious. Lovemaking. That can be done by two strangers, and we are using air quotes. It can be done by those who have lived lives together. Therefore, how deep, how fleeting, it's up to the individual. It's up to the couple or the triad or quartet or whatever you choose. So, to assume you are loved, well, it's kind of a slam dunk. Of course, you are loved. Of course. And you've had enough love because you have a heartbeat. This is a loving reality. Believe it or not. You come into this world in a swirl of love. And we would say you stay there. And it is your mind, your lessons, and the greater plan which convinces you that you must somehow earn your birthright. The times, they